Okay everyone, ready to talk some comics? Let's go. So, Deviant.fun here with a super flash review. I will be very brief with this book. And it's, as you can see, American Vampire, a New York bestseller, which pairs up Scott Snyder with Stephen King, and what a dance they do. The book presents a bit of story by Scott Snyder, then it jumps to Stephen King writing, then back to Scott Snyder, and it's like they're waltzing. And we've got Rafael Albuquerque doing an excellent job in the illustrations. You'll just see it in a moment. So this book is about a character that had been sitting in Stephen King's drawer for a long time. Skinner Sweet. And he was approached by Scott Snyder to do something, and Skinner Sweet was the centerpiece for what they wanted to do. So Skinner Sweet is a special vampire, a new vampire for a new century, like it says over here. So he doesn't suffer from the weaknesses that other vampires suffer, as being burned by the sun. He can walk through the sun with no problem. And he enjoys every other, well, let's say, blessing. It's not a blessing, but he's immortal, of course, and etc. He also lusts for blood, of course. And so in this book, like I said, this is a joy to watch, the dialogue between these two creators, and you barely even see the difference. The book is so, you could feel it homogeneous, but heterogeneous, but no, it's really homogeneous. You're reading it, and the book jumps from 1925 to the current day, to the 70s, etc., to tell different parts of the tale. But it's always so coherent in its story and its flow. It's great to see that. For example, here we see Skinner Sweet in his well, this is what, the 60s, the 70s, something like that it should be. Is like a bum that just shows up in the porch of these two girls. Somehow he knows that one of those girls is about to get into some trouble. He tries to warn her with vague sentences, telling her that she doesn't know where she's going to get herself into. So she is an aspiring actress, and she is seduced by the main cast man, who leads her to meet some guys in a dark room, and guess what? They're vampires. So yeah, it doesn't end up well for her. I told you so, says Skinner Sweet. Then we see him in the 20s or something like that, when he was being hunted. He was successfully hunted. He was even buried in the sea in a coffin, and then manages to escape. So we see his adventures, if we can call it adventures, throughout the ages. And this story is being told by someone who caught vision of him just in the beginning. So he is now an old man, and he's telling the tale to an audience because he can't take it anymore to have this secret, even though it sounds unbelievable, and he wrote it in a book. that everyone loves, he decides to stand up for the book and say, this has all happened, this is true, these are true facts. Through the course of the story, of course, Skinner Sweet will convert a lady to his cause, so there will be more than one day vampire, let's call it like that. And he will need some help because the traditional vampires are not very fond of Skinner Sweet. They consider him to be an aberration. They want him destroyed. They're afraid of him. In the bottom, what they are is afraid of him. And so there will be this constant Skinner Sweet being pursued, and also then the girl who is a vampire and becomes a partner. But yeah, the book shines in the illustrations. I just love the illustrations and the colors. Look at this. This is a radiant book. It's so well tuned to the type of story of gore and vampires, and yeah, it's superbly adequate, the type of illustration and coloring. And you've got two geniuses writing. At least Scott Snyder in here is not subpar to Stephen King. I was expecting him to notice, okay, this is a bit weaker. It's not Stephen King's writing, we can tell. However, we must take into account that Stephen King, when he wrote this book, he was new to the medium. Very new to the medium. He asked for advice from his son Joe Hill, who actually helped him write better and adequately to this medium that he was not accustomed to. So this is only volume 1. It is still a Vertigo series. Yeah, so many great series that Vertigo has put out. It's a shame that the brand does not exist anymore. We've got now DC Black Label, but it's not the same thing. This was a vibrant time for comics, in my opinion, when Vertigo was up there. Yeah, and this is no exception. So as you can see, this is aged a lot. We're talking about winner of 2011 Eisner Award for Best New Series, and you read it now and you think it came out yesterday. It's so damn good, so modern, so refreshing, so well done that, yeah, you can't believe it's that old. It can't be, but it is. It is. So, a super huge recommendation for this series. I will be following it up closely. It is something that, well, I have never read before, not because I didn't have the curiosity, but like I've been saying a lot of times, that there's so many comics to read, so many, that some of them get sacrificed once and twice, and this was one of them, and it turned out even better than I was expecting. So, American Vampire by Scott Snyder, Stephen King, and Rafael Albuquerque. Don't miss it out. If you want, you can buy it at Deviant.fun.biz, of course. Otherwise, lend it, whatever. Just read it. Just read it, because it will be you'll have a great time, and you'll see that you'll want to read the whole series, like I am anxious to. Yeah, so follow us on Facebook and Instagram if you want to keep up to date to the news and the new books that arrive to the store and etc. If you like these videos and want them to continue, please subscribe to the channel, like the videos, hit the bell for notifications because we're putting out content regularly, very regularly. And you can take a peek into the books. It's always a pleasant thing to do. At least I love watching the artwork, and this is a way for you to take a peek without having to pay for it. So hope we're doing some good service to you. So until the next video, Deviant.fun wishes you happy readings or great readings, because this is not a happy reading, but it will make you feel good because you're reading a great book. And until then, stay safe, watch out for the damn virus, and yeah, don't let it make you mad, go mad, go crazy. It will pass. And until the next video, bye, a big hug from yours truly. Deviant.fun out in 3, 2, 1, 0. Bye.